こんにちは。SaiSai Life のケイトです。Today I will talk to you about 5 things I don't like about Japan. So last video was 7 things I like about Japan, and well, this is the other side of the matter, stuff I don't like. The first thing is about well, Japanese people. While living in Japan for half a year, I realized, and also having a Japanese boyfriend contributes it, that often Japanese don't really say what they feel or think, because they don't want to maybe destroy the harmony or don't want to make the other person feel bad. So it's often really a really considerate thing. But yeah, what I learned from Naoto is it's also hard for him to speak about his feelings with other people and to make it conscious even maybe to himself. So I found it hard in interaction sometimes when people said, for example, I asked them something, like, do you want to go out next Saturday shopping? And they said, yeah, let's see. And so I thought, okay, well, they're into it and we will make out on a date and stuff, but let's see. What I figured out is really another way for saying no, but they would never say no. I never heard any Japanese say iya, which is like no. They like try to get their way around it. And I know some Europeans are like this, but I think in general European people are more straightforward and would say, yeah, Saturday doesn't really work for me, or yeah, I'm not so into shopping, or let's do something else, or stuff like this. They would not say, yeah, let's see, we can do that, if they're not really interested. So that's the first point. The second is, well, as much as I like onsens, I don't like being separated in the onsen from my husband. So in Germany, when you go to a sauna or therme, like Therme Erding here in Munich, we can really recommend, which is, therme is also like a hot spring. But in Germany you can be, or everybody is together, like men and women, even though they're walking around naked and like in the sauna naked, they're not separated from each other. And in Japan it's separated by female and male. And I can understand it, but when we were just traveling, the two of us, for example, we were hiking up Mount Fuji and afterwards going to onsen, just him and me, and then we were separated in the water, so I was there all by myself as a gaijin with all these Japanese women, and yeah, nobody to talk to. I just enjoyed it much less when I'm not with him or anybody else. So yeah, I wish there would be more places open to like a mixed area. They can still have separate women and men areas, but maybe also a mixed area for people that don't really care. Yeah. So the third point is, when I came to Japan the first time, I was really surprised how difficult it is to get by in English. And I didn't like that, of course, and I was really surprised because Japan is such an educated country, so industrialized, and really one of the top countries when it comes to technology and modernized civilization, pretty much. But I had the feeling Japanese are not really so open towards international people, and especially not so comfortable with speaking English. So when I stayed in Niigata for half a year and studied Japanese, already after like 3 months, Japanese people I was talking to, they were more comfortable speaking to me in Japanese, although my Japanese was still bad, than speaking to me in English, which they had learned in school for years and years. So that's something I really didn't like. I wish it would be easier in Japan to get along in English or even work in English. I think if you really want to live in Japan, you have to be fluent in Japanese, which is not the case in Germany. I think international companies here, it's fine to just speak English. And we know quite some people who live in Munich and can't speak German even really fluently. And they're happy here with their English and can do anything. So the fourth point is, well, probably everybody experiences this when they live abroad. Missing groceries or expensive groceries. So Germans always miss that nice dark bread when they're abroad, and that's also what I missed in Japan. Because when you buy bread, then it's usually white and more fluffy. There's some sourdough German bakeries, but even there I couldn't really find nice corn dark bread like I know it from Germany and like to eat it here. So it's something I disliked about Japan. You eat rice for breakfast, lunch and dinner, but you don't really have a good bread culture. Also, I used to eat a lot of cheese as a vegan, not anymore, of course, but as a vegetarian I was eating a lot of cheese. And I found it quite difficult to get high quality cheese in Japan. Like in the supermarket, it's not common to eat cheese a lot. You can go to some Italian restaurants and get like pasta with Parmesan cheese or maybe even a pizza, but in the supermarket it's quite difficult, and even in the restaurants I had the feeling it's not good quality cheese like I'm used to from Germany, Austria, Switzerland. So that's something I missed, high quality cheese. The last thing for this point is like the higher expenses for fruit and even some vegetables like Ringo, for example, apples. It's quite more expensive than in Germany. So yeah, if you're on a budget, a student on a budget, then you really have to consider, should I buy these apples now or should I instead eat rice with maybe natto or just rice? So as Japanese have to import a lot, the groceries get more expensive. That was the fourth point. And last but not least, because this is, I think for me, the most important point what I dislike about Japan, it's the environmental consciousness of the people or the country, the government in general. This is a big topic. For me, it's quite important to be environmental conscious. Like I'm even vegan partly because of this reason. Let me give you an example. Like when I bought cookies in Japan, like often when you go to a place for visiting and you want to bring a souvenir for your friends, you buy cookies with like the name printed on it. From Nara, for example, you buy cookies with deers on them. So I bought these cookies and each cookie is packed separately. Then they're in a plastic box, in a cardboard container. This is again wrapped by a nice paper wrap, and then everything is put in a plastic bag. So there's like 4 wrappings around a little cookie. And it's a lot of plastic, a lot of waste, I think, that's not needed. In Germany, when you buy a cookie, then the cookie is in one container and there's all cookies together and there's not like 5 layers of plastic around it or 4. And even in the supermarkets, like the apples or the bananas were in individual plastics to keep them nice and unharmed. But I don't think that's necessary. They have their own peel that protects them. So that's something I really didn't like. I don't like that I think in Japan all of the trash is burned, to my knowledge, or everything that's allowed to be burned. I think stuff could be more recycled. The culture could change in that way. And yeah, also for me as a vegan, I think it would be nice if people would be more conscious about what they eat. Not saying that they should become vegetarian or vegan, everybody has to make the choice for themselves. But many people didn't even know what it is, vegetarianism. Many people I met in Japan. And nowadays I think you should be conscious about different ways of life and how your way of life affects the environment. And if you say, okay, for me, I still want to eat meat after considering everything. It's fine for me, but people not even thinking about it, that's something I really didn't like. Hi. So I hope I did not make anybody angry. This is a very personal list of myself, and yeah, maybe you have something you don't like or something I didn't like that you really like about Japan. You can leave a comment. I'm looking forward to reading them. See you soon. Bye bye. Thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching our video. If you like it, please subscribe us. And you could also check our activities on our website and Instagram. See you next time.